Vigilance. I'm sorry, I called you by the wrong name. I'm sorry. I'm checking out two things right. Sakura, Valiance Sakura. Sorry about that. You did hear Vigilance. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Xander. Introduce the players.
It's okay. First off, I mean, you know what? Let's switch it up, and instead of doing the introductions first, shout out to Valiance first, because Valiance is awesome. He's here a lot. He's literally the only strictly viewer that I've ever given moderator status in the many... How long have I been streaming? Probably a year since the beta. I've been streaming, and he's the first person I've ever modded that was just a viewer. And he's just beyond just a viewer now. He's literally the ultimate mod.
He is the ultimate mod right there. We are in the presence of excellence right there. We're gonna rename Valiance the Panda Express. We're gonna change that. So Valiance, you are now gonna be the Panda Express for the fantastic service that you've done here in the zanderfeverSC chat.
Yes.
Yes.
And I guess now, you know what, Sam, you can introduce the players.
I would prefer not to, actually. I mean, sorry, I just wanted to join the conversation between games. I'm kind of doing something at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well,
are you working hard or hardly working?
It's Kizu versus Pinky.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Pinky is definitely one of Rev.Kizu's best players. He's a grandmaster, and I think he ended up even in top 10 last season. Certainly a really good player. And then he's also all-in noob, of course, though. So won't comment on that, but he does like to all-in. And then we have Kizu. Kizu actually taught me a lot about StarCraft 2. He coached me when I was like in Diamond League. He's really good. He's one of our oldest players, and I think he could definitely handle Pinky. But his PvT is not that great from what I remember. I think his PvP was what was really good, which of course Xander destroyed. So with that being said, I think this will be an interesting game. If Pinky doesn't all in, I think Kizu might be able to beat him. But we'll see what happens, I guess.
Well, Kizu did go for a double warp for some mass hallucinations with sentries that I scouted, so...
Well, that's good.
That was an epic build. I gotta admit, that would have been pretty scary, just seeing that just churn out like, what?
But you know what?
Just scare somebody.
Even if it did damage, I have advantage because I got a Nexus. A second Nexus, not the main Nexus that's already given to you. Just to clarify.
Just to clarify?
Just to clarify.
Thanks for clarifying that. I would have been so confused, been like, how do you get another Nexus? I want a Nexus.
Everybody wants Nexi.
We all want Nexi right there. Like a Necron monolith, they just come out of nowhere.
Oh, what a what?
A Necron monolith, if you're a Warhammer 40,000 player, you'll get that, but... otherwise, I'm making nerd references everywhere, man. That's the way I do.
Don't worry. Okay. What was the joke I made? I was so proud of myself thinking no one would get it. It was something to do with being silent, and I made a joke about Lucy from Halo. I think everybody... Wow,
you tied a Lucy joke in? Really?
Yeah, Lucy from Halo, not Lucy the... what was it? Australopithecus afarensis? Was that what Lucy was?
Yep.
It was afarensis?
Yep.
Okay.
The one that was discovered and named. Yes.
Yeah. No, not that Lucy. It was Halo Lucy.
Lucy.
Spartan Lucy.
Spartan Lucy.
Yeah. Which is a lot more BAMF than the Australopithecus Lucy.
I love the fact that you used the BAMF. Word. I love that because I use that all the time when I'm like, oh, that dude just BAMF, like just BAMF. You know, because it's, you know, when you're an old school reader of comic books, you know, that was what they used to describe like night crawlers and people that had teleportation powers was the BAMF. You got to get the BAMF power going.
Unfortunately, as cool as it is, that was not what I was referencing.
Are you serious? I was going to give you so much credit right there, like you were like old school comic book hero, man. You were going to be like my hero at that point, but alas, we're not. But we're not going to see a BAMF. But no, I know what you're referencing as far as the BAMF. Going with the bad...
Yeah, the acronym.
Yes, the acronym going. Yes. I was going to give you such credit with going with regular BAMF
I couldn't
over the acronym.
I'm sorry, I couldn't take it. Not in all fairness, but
I'm still going to give you credit for that, though.
I appreciate that. You're very kind soul. You're a kind soul. It seems like Mr. Sam Wong Chiganeri By the way, how do you actually pronounce your name? Can I say Chickenary? And
It's chicanery. It's like SH.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a real word.
It finally pronounces a name right. Oh.
It's chicanery?
Chicaner.
Correct.
Okay. Your assessment of Pinky being an all-in noob seems to be relatively accurate, considering we're now seeing 4 racks, 1 gas, SCVs being pulled, while Kizu
I think Kizu will definitely hold this off, to be honest. Without air, I mean, and without dropships as well, I think Pinky's going to have a really hard time. Kizu has really good micro, and if he gets some really good force fields down, I think he'll be just fine. Especially against, what, 7 gate? 7 gate?
Yeah, he's 5 gating.
Yeah.
Or 6 gate, sorry. He's 6 gating, he's just threw down a robo.
All he has to do is just force field low, and he'll be alright.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking to be pretty solid. We're going to see all of those SUVs, a couple of them actually getting picked off. Nice timing on that. 3 kills there. Weaken his push a lot. There we have forces going down. We're going to have more units warped in. But there's a lot of bio. No stim.
There's a lot of bio, and it's still coming through.
Yeah, no stim. Yeah, Kizu's fine.
Yeah, now Pinky definitely needs to back off, but I don't know what he's going to do. This is a lame push. He didn't have stim done, so it's like, you know, it's not going to do anything. He needs more rotters, too.
Kizu's not even microwing.
He's not even paying attention anymore.
Well, you know, it's funny because he went with combat shields and concussion shells and didn't get the stem. I'm really amazed that Kizu hasn't tried to. Okay, I was gonna say as soon as I said something he was gonna do it, that he didn't try to sandwich in Pinky's forces there because he had that advanced pylon just outside of the main force. But yeah, he's sandwiching him in there right now, just really putting on that pressure. And that's now.
Kizu's force fielding was really smart. I was a little confused at the beginning why he threw the force fields down so that basically he would trap everything. But like I realized that since Rev.Pinky didn't get stim and he got combat shields and concussive, which is basically made to just kite, right? Well, since he got the force fields down, all the zealots are just going to do all the DPS, and he won't be able to do any kiting at all. I mean, that's all you needed. If he went stim instead, he might have been able to do a lot more damage, I think. But even then, Kizu just had to split his army in half. So I mean, if he had good micro, I think Kizu could have held it off pretty easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a fantastic analysis.
Thank you.
There,
Thank you.
Chicanery.
Yay, chicanery.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay.